everybody. Um, I haven't made a video in a while, and I figured it'd be good to do one, um, just for the sake of getting stuff out off my chest, off my head, and just because I'm bored. But I was gonna take some time to just talk about my Crohn's disease and things that I've been dealing with as of late, and just how it's frustrating, But so I've had Crohn's disease since I was 14, and I don't know if I would say it's really gotten any worse, but it's just always been kind of like a thorn in the side type of thing. And I don't know, it can be something that's really just like frustrating, something that really like pulls that anger out of me, because it's like having something constantly be an irritant for me all the time, and there's nothing I can really do about it. Like, I've tried the medicines over and over again. I've had surgery taking out, sections of my small intestine. I've tried the probiotics and changing my diet, and that seemed to help the most so far. But, it's just hard. I think it's hard sometimes to keep a positive attitude when you constantly just feel like crap. And I mean, not necessarily 24/7, but on top of all the other stresses and everything like that, you just have this like, sometimes you don't have any stomach pain, but then other times you have like just this low grade irritation going on where it feels like someone's just kind of like twisting and knotting your intestines a little bit, or something's not digesting right, or if it's really bad and you're having a really bad flare up, it feels like someone's just jabbing a knife into your stomach repeatedly. So I don't know, I just feel like recently, the last few months, well, I don't feel this way, it's been happening, but I was doing pretty good for a few months when I started changing my diet and trying to do probiotics and more like natural stuff, as opposed to medications and things like that I didn't really like the side effects of. I didn't really like the process in which they were made and stuff like that, different reasonings that I had for not wanting to take it. But the thing that just really kind of has been bugging me is that, like, over the last like couple months, whenever I lose weight, I lose like weight fast, and I was doing good for a good while, over a year. I was staying at like 190 to 195, and then all of a sudden I just like lost like 30 pounds like it was nothing. and I am staying around between like 155 and 160 right now. And man, that just really bothers me, you know? I can't really do anything about it. It makes me feel like I'm not going to be able to do the things I need to do to take care of my wife and my kids, and I have another kid on the way, and I feel like everything is always constantly putting pressure on me, on top of the constant crap I feel in my gut all the freaking time. And then people want to know why I'm irritated all the time. People want to know why I look like I don't have any energy, because I constantly feel sapped of all my energy. And every time I feel like I kind of get a little bit of relief and get a little bit away from what I'm, presently going through, to where I'm like doing, just okay, where I'm not like totally feeling under the pressure, but I'm feeling like I can take a breath and kind of like get it out and feel a little normal in terms of my health. That's when it goes back downhill really quick, I feel like. And it just sucks. And I try not to complain about it a lot to anybody, but then I just wind up saying that I'm okay all the time, and I'm not really that okay. At least in terms of how I feel about it, and that I wish I could change. I'm not as angry as I used to be about it. It's not anybody's fault, but it's gonna be irritating, because I wish I didn't have to deal with it. I've come to terms with, the possibility of having to deal with it for the rest of my life, and never really finding any way that I'm going to get away from it. But I mean, like, I'm just ready for, something to happen. And I really, I've had, people pray about it for me and stuff like that, and I believe that God could heal me if he wanted to. But I'm okay at the same time. I've come to be okay in my mind if he doesn't. Now I want him to, but if he doesn't, it's not going to change how I believe in him, and how I know that he could still heal me if he wanted to. He still has the power to do that. I just don't think that he has to necessarily do it for me just because I want him to do it. Because even if I'm suffering for my whole life with this, I'm not going to have to worry about it after I die. So if I can make it this short span of time, even though it feels like a long period of agony, somewhat, I know that I'll be okay. But I think the hardest part is just seeing it affect the people around me, because I don't realize how uncomfortable it's making me sometimes, and it makes me like more irritable and more clenched up and, you know, tense than I realize. So I end up like sometimes unintentionally like not snapping, but like snipping at people and being kind of more passive aggressive or irritable or, you know, aggravated, whatever you want to say, some form of low grade anger when I shouldn't be. And it makes me feel bad. But at the same time, like when I'm in that moment, it really feels like I do not have the energy to do anything other than just try to wall off myself and try to be by myself in my head. And my wife will tell me, like, especially with my kids, because I don't want to take it out on them, she tells me that I need to, you know, try to not check out, but like take my mind out of the situation, out of what I'm feeling, and like how I'm feeling physically, take my mind out of that and realize how I need to do things different in the moment. That I didn't realize how hard that would be until I had kids, and they're really always pushing your buttons, especially when they're toddlers and they're less or a little bit over a year apart. I love them to death, but man, sometimes I've never felt like someone got to me that easily, but you can't really get away from it when you're a parent, so you have to learn how to deal with it, and I'm still learning in different ways, so, you know, it's okay, but at the same time, I know I need to keep growing, but I don't know. I just wanted to kind of talk about this a little bit and just kind of get some of this off my chest, because I don't know, I just don't want to have to like let it bother me anymore. And another thing as a parent is, other than, you know, being able to talk to my wife about it, it's hard to have time to talk to anybody else about it. So why not make a movie and share my pain with other people that I don't even really know in person? But that's okay. Anyways, I guess I'll cut it here. See you guys.